Previously, we had seen form validation. Today, we will talk about how to style the errors. Whenever you submit a form and the form does not validate due to whatever reason, you will get an error. So, how to style those errors, we are going to see today. So, let us start practically. So, I'm going to use the same project that I have used in the previous tutorial, that is a form validation. So over here, I have a project named EP13 form. In that, I've created an application app1, and in the settings.py file, I have included that application. Since I'm going to deal with only one URL, I've included the URL in the project itself. So I've included this URL. Somebody is going to click on the root or the home page of the website. The function home will be called. So this function has been created within the application. We have a views.py file, and in that it has been created. So what this function is basically doing, it is showing you the form. When it is a get method, it will show you the form, and when it is a post method, it will save the data of the form. Okay. Next thing, since it will call a HTML page home.html, a HTML page has been created. Within the application, a folder template has been created, and this is how the HTML page looks like, where we are handling the form. Okay. Then, since it is
model
model
form.
has been created and that model has been registered, then we have a forms.py file. This validations, we will be using the inbuilt validation provided by Django. Let me remove this. So this is how the forms look like. Okay. If you want, you can remove this as well. Okay. So now let us start how we can handle the errors. So let us first run this project and let us see the output. You will run the project from the directory where you have a manage.py file. So I will go back and then I will run the project. Py manage.py run server. Okay. Now let us. So this is how the form has been created. When I will click on submit, okay, since I have not given the first name, email ID and the phone, it will throw me the error. This field is required, this is required, this is required. Okay. And how I am rendering the form? I'm rendering the form, okay, all the fields I'm rendering it together, okay, with the help of this form. Over here, when I'm rendering the form, I'm rendering all the fields together, okay. So in the future, when I'm going to apply the styling, it will become difficult. That is why we will do what? We will render each and every field individually. How we render each and every field individually? I have already covered in the previous lecture. We will write for the temporary variable in the key that we have passed from the view file. What is a key? Form. We will render the first field field dot label tag. Then the next field, and since I want the BR tag, let me format this. Let us end the for tag as well. Okay. So now what this will do, in the form, it will first render the first field, that is name field ka label tag, then the input box for name tag, then it will go to the next field, that is for email, again the label tag, the input box, then the next field, again the phone label tag and the input box. Let us see the output, how it is looking like now. Okay. You will get the similar output over here. Now when you will click on submit, you will not be able to see the error. So for the individual field, when we want to see the error, we are going to write For that fill, show me the errors. So fill.errors will give you the errors. Now see, this fill is required, this fill is required, this fill is required. So with the help of this particular thing, we can see the errors. Okay. Now I want to style these errors that I'm getting. So first of all, this error is coming in which tag? It is coming in the list tag. If you want to see over here, you can click on view page source and you can see the error. See, for the name tag, you are getting the error. This fill is required in the UL tag. Again, for the email, you are getting the error. And for the phone, you are getting this error. Okay. So I don't want this list symbol. So what I will do, I will come over here and I will use a filter, strip tags. Okay. Let me refresh it. See, now I'm getting the error, but without any tags. Let us come over here again. See, this field is required, this field is required, this field is required. I'm not getting any tags. Now suppose I want to style these errors. Okay, I want the error should be in the red color. The font has to be small. So what I can do, since you want, see, we can make the use of the bootstrap class as well, or we can use a CSS. First, let me show you the CSS. So what I will do, I will put this within the small tag. Suppose I put in a small tag so that the text size will automatically be small. Okay. And then let me give some class. Error style. And for this class, let me give the styling over here itself. Okay. And for what class? Error style. First, let us see the output, how it is looking like. Okay, the text are already small. So I will change the color of this text. Color should be red. Let us see if it is in red color. Yeah, it is in red color. Suppose you want to change the font size even. You want to reduce the font size. So we will write font size. Let us try 8 pixels. Okay, see, it is in font small. What I will do, I will first reset it. This is too small. We will remove the font size. Then let us see how it is getting. This is better. Small tag only. We will not change the font size. Okay. So I've just changed the color to the red and I can see this errors over here for each and every field. Okay. Error. So sometimes when we submit the form, we get a generic error, general error. Like when we go to the login page and we write incorrect email ID or the password, what error we get? The username or the password is incorrect and the username and password are case sensitive. So such kind of error are called as non-fill errors, which are not related to the fill. Okay. So to handle those errors as well, you will write wherever you want. If you want that non-fill errors on the top of the form or bottom of the form, if you want on the top over here, we will write form. So we will write form dot non FIELD errors. So for the fill errors, we write fill dot errors. For the non-fill error, we write non-fill errors. Okay. And this is for the form. The key that you have passed from the views, you will write it over here. Okay. So it will render the non-fill errors for you. Now we are not getting the non-fill error, but when we will see the authentication and authorization, then I will show you the non-fill error. For this also, if you want to give some class, we can give the class as well. It in a tag, give some class and come over here and give the styling. Okay. Now This is what I have done with the help of the CSS. Suppose you want to make the use of the bootstrap class, we can make the use of the bootstrap class also. For the bootstrap, if you want anything in the red color, it is what text warning. Let me remove this and see if you are getting that error. It is orange in color. So I have made the use of bootstrap class. So now I'm getting these errors properly. Now for the each field we are getting only one error. Suppose we get two errors for each field. So to show you that one field can have multiple errors, I have used a custom validators that I have shown in the previous tutorial. First of all, I have imported the validator. I have created a function which will take the value and it will check whether that value contains n or not. If it does not contain n, then it will raise a validation error. Means their email ID for the, and this is applied for which field? For the email field. See, validators and the function name. Okay. So what is going to happen when you will submit the form? It will check, okay, for this field the validator has been applied, and what this validator is doing, it is checking whether the given field has n or not. If it does not have n, it is going to raise a validation error. Okay. So let us see. Let me change the content spelling. Okay. Contents. Now let us check. Let me write A, which will not have that's okay. See, enter a valid email address and does not contain n. So I'm getting both the errors. What I will do, I will come over here and I will remove the bootstrap class. And I will give the same class that I have given. So it is more red in color. Okay. Now let us refresh it. Enter a valid email address does not contain. Okay, I'm getting both the errors that I have shown. Okay. So when you are having the multiple fields error and you want to style those errors as well, like over here, if you will see how we are getting the error, the enter a valid email address does not contain. So I'm getting it together. See, if you want it to be placed one after the other, or you want some spacing in between that, what we will do, we will apply some styling so that each and every field will be in the different tags. Okay. So for each field, we can get multiple errors. So after you have accessed the name field, you will access the errors one by one. Again, if we want to access anything one by one, what we do, we apply the for loop. So over here, I will apply the for loop for error in what field dot errors, because we will access the first error. In field dot errors, we will have all the errors. So first error, then the second error, then the third error. What I want to do, I want to apply this. And I'll put it over here. Here. And then I want to end the for loop. And then like this. Let us do the styling. Okay. So what is happening? First, in the field dot errors, it will first go to the first error. It will display that error. I should have written over here error. Okay. Then it will go to the next error. So first, what is happening? Let me explain you again. So first field will go to the name field. It will show the label tag. It will show the input box. And in that field, if it is having multiple errors, first it will go to the first error. It will display the first error. Then the second error, display that error, and then end the for loop. Again, come over here, go to the next field, that is email field, display the label, display the input box. If it is having multiple error field, it will display the first error, then the second error. Let us see the output. Getting enter a valid email address does not contain, but this is not proper. What we will do, we will remove the BR tag and we should put it in a div. We'll put inside a div. Let me come over here. Let me refresh it. Okay. Enter a valid email address does not contain, and the error is coming below. Okay. This is how you should get an error. If you'll go to the like Facebook as well, let us come over here. How they have displayed, let us say. I'll click on login. Here it is a generic. See, this error that you are getting, this is called as non-fill error. The email address or the mobile number you enter isn't correct. Okay. And how do we get the error? We always get it below the input tag. The styling of the error is complete. Okay. So let us summarize what we have done today. So we have shown, we have displayed the errors for each and every field individually. Okay. So what we have done, we have rendered the fields of the form individually with the help of this for loop. First, it will show you the name field, then the input box for that field, and now the name can have multiple errors as well. So to handle that, again we have applied a for loop to the field dot errors. Means for the name field, whichever errors we are getting, first take the first error, show it, then go for the next error and show it. Okay. After that, end this for loop and this outer for loop. Again, it will go to the email field, label the input box. If it is having the errors, it will show the errors one by one. Again, the end the for loop again to the email field. So whenever you are creating a form, it will have a non-fill errors as well. Normally, we show it above the or below the form. So you can write fill.nonfill errors. This will display the non-fill error. Okay. And we have given the small tag. So the text will be in the small automatically. Whenever the Django creates the error, it creates within the UL tag. So with the help of the strip tags, I have removed those tags. And to give our own styling, I have given the class over here and given the style over here. If you want to make the use of the bootstrap class, you can make the use of the bootstrap class over here as well. Even this also, you will put it in a small tag or whichever tag and you can give the class. Okay. So I hope today's tutorial has been clear.
So before we end, kindly like and subscribe the channel as it will boost me to create many more videos, and I will be coming with the next video very soon. Till that time, if you have any doubts in any video, kindly write down in the comment box. I will give you the replies. Thank you. Bye.